Hello, hello, and welcome again to the numbers, the weekly numbers. Oh, so this week's theme is it's okay to take care of yourself first. You're going to see what I mean pretty much in a couple of minutes. So I just want to say that today was a very weird day for me. I wasn't really feeling very, very well. I might be coughing a bit later because I think I caught a bug. And what I wanted to say is that today is one of the days, the few days of the year that actually pisses me off big time. So today is International Women's Day. We still have a few hours until midnight, so things could really happen for you from my lovely predictions until then. So, what pisses me off actually is the fact that today, of all days, I get messages from people that I don't even know, wishing me a happy spring and happy Women's Day and whatnot. And that's like saying that we can be all lovey-dovey only on Valentine's Day, and we can let our inner child roam the universe only on Children's Day, and so on. So yeah, to me it's one of those days when I'm happy, but I'm sort of um, pondering the whole meaning of many things. So what I wanted to say first and foremost is basically, according to Simone de Beauvoir, you are not born a woman, you become one. And this is on this particular day. What this means for me is the fact that being a woman is not about gender or sex. It's more about an energy that's connected to everything around us. And that particular energy is love. It's what we put into the things that we do. So that and we get to the second thing that kind of pisses me off. And it's like, in every social network, there's a ton of ads, like love yourself more, unconditional love, and so on. So, for me, these two concepts are becoming so obsolete at this point, because obviously you have to love yourself. Obviously, you have to, in certain moments and with certain people, apply a very big chunk of unconditional love. But the thing is, when it comes to loving ourselves and to accepting ourselves the way we are, of course, for women, it may be that we've been taught a certain way because that was all the information that our mothers or grandmothers or other women in our lives had at that point. So it means that it's up to us to work on our self love and self acceptance and self whatever, and kind of change maybe a little the whole program and teach our children better, you know? So, and that comes from example as well, like what you do is far more effective in educating a child than what you say. Um, as for the unconditional part, yeah, I understand unconditional love towards children who are very young and can take care of themselves. I can understand unconditional love towards elderly people who are also at a point where there's very little they can do for themselves, or to people who are incapacitated in some way. I can understand that. But when it comes to the dynamics of relationships, it's more about, unconditional is like, I'm not conditioning you, but you really have to do your job as well, because if one gives 100% and the other gives very little, then I don't know about that. And oh well, that's about it. That's pretty much the end of my rant today. Okay, so going back to this week, it starts on 7 energy and it ends on a 4 energy. And it also has lovely new moon in Pisces on the 13th of March. What is the message of that, especially of the new moon? The new moon tells us to go through an emotional detox on the one hand. And on the other hand, it tells us to focus on our intuition, to work with ourselves, and to sort of go into this very objective um, observer mode. Now, if you haven't worked on yourselves, and if you haven't really thought about spirituality and all that crap, um, this is a very good time to start, because new moons actually mean period of beginnings. And since it's a new moon in Pisces, then thinking about all of that and doing some meditation and whatnot is actually a good intention to set. It's a good time to start. You'll see the results within 6 months. So when the full moon in Pisces is going to be. Okay, so the energy for each of these days is as follows. On the 8th of March, the energy would be a 7, and it's kind of contemplative, meditative, sort of isolating energy. It's more about, um, going into yourself. For women, it's going to be a heavy load, because we get all these good thoughts and good well wishes and all that stuff, and it can be overwhelming at some point. It can be a good thing, because you can have a lot of gratitude because people are thinking about you, and they are willing to take time to write you a message. But for some, it actually might be a bit frustrating. But don't worry, this too shall pass. As of tomorrow, you're back to square one. The 9th of March 2021, it's a beautiful 8 energy. It's, as I mentioned, my favorite energy. And Tuesday comes with a lot of action and with a lot of intense work. And, you have people to see, things to do, blah, blah, blah. There's going to be a lot of movement. Maybe, you'll travel or something like that. Maybe you'll have a purpose, maybe not. But the energy of the day kind of urges us to include other people in our madness. So you're going to have a bit of a team building kind of energy as well. On Wednesday, 10th of March 2021, the energy of the day is 9 energy. And today is very atypical. It's not one of those typical Wednesdays when you're communicating and you're kind of, breezing through. It's a lot of planned communication with very clear topics to discuss. And there is very little patience for whims and for, I don't feel like doing something. It doesn't really matter. The theme of the day is the superior good of everyone. And any digression from that can be criticized or even sanctioned. The message of the day is, I love you, I respect you, but we've got a plan and we've got to stick to it. Or else. There's, nothing after or else, but there could be. 11th of March, 2021, and we finally reached the lovely 1 energy. on a Thursday. And it's a day where people are maybe a bit emotional, but also very, very happy, joy, joy. It's a very good energy. It's a very joyful energy on a Thursday. And on this particular day, um, with this strong mark on emotions, we tend to plan or build projects that are very close to our hearts. It is quite possible that we will be postponing important projects to next week, not indefinitely, but we will be postponing important projects so we can finish something very dear to our hearts. The 12th of March, 2021, it's a Friday and a 2 energy, where we will focus on heart-to-heart conversations, and also we feel the need to be pampered and spoiled by other people. And it's a good time to practice self-love and self-acceptance if there isn't anyone around to give you that that love and affection, and to spoil you and whatnot, because it's a pandemic, so not everyone has the benefit of having dear ones close. So that's a good moment to think, what do I like and I haven't done in a long time, and just, go ahead and do it. The 13th of March 2021, I really liked the title that Roland Legrand placed on his YouTube video. Is, first you can see when dreams come true, and then and then it has like a short subtitle, and it's like when dreams seem to come true. Today is a day with a 3 energy, and we know that 3 is very communicative. And the full moon, uh, no, not the full moon, the new moon in Pisces takes place around noon. So it's about 12:21 Romanian time, but it's 10:21 GMT. And it makes us communicate with a lot of empathy. It helps us use our intuition. It helps us connect with our inner self. And it helps us take the observer position and look at our reality. Um, it is a good day, if you feel like it, to burn scented sticks and to do meditation. Um, what what I meant throughout this month, the whole idea is to make the difference between blind faith and perspectives, to look at your reality and to see where you would like it to be, the way you want it to be, because it's probably not. And you have to be realistic about it. And my dad asked me today if I can help him with his one of his frustrations. And he told me what his frustration was, and my answer was, stop comparing yourself to other people. And he changed the subject. So I guess I gave him an answer that he did not want to hear. It's going to be one of those weeks. It's going to be the 13th is going to be one of those days. I mean, there will be people around you trying to tell you what the truth is, but you may not want to hear it. Okay, next up is Sunday, the 14th of March, 2021, the final moment of the new moon. The energy of the day is 4, and it's related to our health and well-being. And it's a good day to meditate and to wonder, what is my level of health? What is my level of health, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, relationship wise, financially, and so on. It's today when you don't need to worry about, what's around. You don't need to worry about what people think. You don't need to worry about relationships and so on. It's just a good day to sit with yourself. It's a Sunday, for crying out loud. So just, go ahead and do it. So I know it's been well, kind of atypical for me to go through sorry, to go through the discussion today, the discussion that we had. I don't like to call it a reading because it's not a reading. But everyone has off days, and today has been my off day. And I'm gonna leave you with the final thought for this week that is about to happen, and that is enjoy it to the fullest. Surround yourself with love, acceptance, and gratitude. Be yourselves, loving, grateful, and accepting. And make time for yourself and for your, your stuff, your emotional stuff, and your mental stuff, and your physical stuff, and so on. So that's it from me for now, and have a great week ahead. Bye bye.